Hiya, pals. Hi, pals, and welcome to the Disneyland Paris Show. Here's your hosts, Lucy, Chris, and Hugh. Gosh. And now, Disneyland Paris News.
Gold Rush.
Yacht in harbour.
Back down the rabbit hole.
Abu Dhabi Disney.
Hey there, hi there, ho there, Disney fans. I'm Lucy, this is Hugh, this is Chris.
Forgot that.
Which way around they go?
This guy.
Interchangeable by this point. And we're here for another Disneyland Paris show. I've got a case of the sunny day sillies. I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes those come on. It is unseasonably hot here in the UK. People who are in different parts of the world might not believe me when I say unseasonably hot is massive 21 degrees.
It was up at 23 earlier.
It's nearly 23 degrees. You know, in Florida it's 36 next week.
I'm not going there.
I know, exactly. But still, we're like, let's get out in the garden, man. Let's go out. Let's have a lovely walk. We're all in that kind of mood. And we've been at a garden party today. Anyway, that's enough about us. What have you done with your sunshine sillies?
Well, I went to a wedding yesterday, so we spent a lot of the day in the sunshine enjoying the wedding. But my car broke down on the way there.
Oh.
I was telling you this before the show started, but my car's been fixed. The garage has been there for 2 weeks.
I have to listen to this again.
I know, I'm sorry. I got it back on Wednesday, and I thought, well, it's just back. I want to take it for a run out. So we decided we'd take that car with us. And on the ring road of York, it decided it didn't want to play anymore and completely conked out. So in the end, we decided that we had to coax it into the hotel that we were staying at because otherwise we wouldn't have been able to go to the wedding. I would have missed it if I called the AA.
I think it got stage fright. I think taking to a wedding was too big a job for it on its first way out. I think
got cold tyres.
Yeah, it got, like, there was a lot of pressure.
On the plus side, my brother-in-law fixed it. It took him 2 minutes. He opened it up. He said, "Oh yeah, it's probably just one of these pipes that's come off."
Tony?
And he opened it up. No, Martin.
Oh,
Lucy's just giving a blank look.
Related to Laura.
I
don't know Laura's family as well.
Still classed as a brother-in-law, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Sorry.
Isn't he? Yeah.
I went through your whole family tree before I worked
there
out.
There are no other boys.
No.
Yeah. It took him 2 minutes to fix it. He just looked at it and went, "Yeah, that's what I thought was a problem. There you go, it's fixed." And that was it. Done. So
easy.
Nice, yeah.
Jolly good.
Yeah.
Easy.
It's good to have people like that in your life, isn't it? I hope you have people like that in your life.
Yes.
Right. Who do we have in our life?
Also coming up today will be the winner of the chocolate that Guy brought back from California.
Ooh.
And we've got a trip report from Sara Clipstone.
Excellent.
This is all good to know.
Let's get on with it.
We...
Who are they?
Joey was first in the chat today, and Joey says, "Hey, lovelies. Hope you've had a sunny day." We have.
We have.
Aforementioned. My question today is, where do you think in the parks would be the most perfect place to have a picnic? Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Well, I must preface this by saying full picnics are frowned on in Disney parks. So we are not endorsing anybody to go in with a cool bag and a full meal. However, snacks are okay, couple of little
And a bladder
sandwiches
of
if you eat
wine.
them in a queue. However, in a world where you can go in with your, people who turn up with cool boxes on trolleys
Yeah.
and deck chairs and do it like properly,
Yeah.
I think I would find somewhere secluded at the top of like Adventure Isle. You know, when you go through the caves, then you end up at the top and there's a rope bridge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'd find a spot up there, but only if I could guarantee I would put like a wet floor sign halfway down the steps near it so no one would come up and disturb us.
Nice.
That's my plan.
I think I'd go to the picnic area near the car park.
How very responsible of you.
Very sensible.
Probably go there, or maybe in in the Sweden area of It's a Small World. You know.
Oh yeah.
Somewhere, or maybe Switzerland, or
I thought of going on a ride.
Somewhere neutral.
Yes.
I was thinking of doing the snowy bit in the storybook boat ride. But then I thought about all the people gawking at me.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't like that.
What about, well, two potentials for me. One of them is Boot Hill because it's always very peaceful. You don't get a lot of people going there because people forget it exists.
Yeah. And there's like a big table in
Exactly,
there.
massive table. It's
What if you
already
got
there,
a
so chuck
tablecloth on that
tablecloth
grave
over it.
that's got the heartbeat in it?
But then my other thought was, wouldn't it be fun to be in the back carriage of Big Thunder Mountain and eat sandwiches there?
No.
No, I think it'd be great.
Simple. No.
What about in
Alice
the
doesn't
Phantom Manor banquet hall with the ghosts?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Do you know where? You know where there's the bit with the goats and the washing on Thunder Mountain?
Yeah,
Just there.
just there. Yeah, that'd
Because
be
then
good.
I wouldn't mind people gawking at me there because they go past quite quick.
That Adventureland Jeep as you go on the train ride behind Indiana Jones area.
Yes.
Or the summer house in Phantom Manor because that's obviously all laid out ready for it. There's tea.
These
already
are
been served.
great suggestions.
Or-
Great suggestions.
In a few months' time, probably the English Gardens in Adventure World would be a good place to go.
Bit of a busman's holiday, but all right.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Andrew H says, "Evening all."
Evening.
To answer Joey, I'd have a pirate banquet on Captain Hook's ship. But for, a
Ooh.
peaceful,
Oh, interesting.
but for a peaceful picnic, maybe the leafy lane between Discoveryland and Fantasyland. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I do like a leafy lane.
John says, "Hey guys, excited for the show as always." And we've got Ruthie in the chat. Hi everyone. Crafting Costume Ken says, "Hello all." Joey, the best
Hello.
place for a picnic is in the castle, right? In everyone's way. Joking. I say outside the park in Fantasia Gardens. Hope all is well with everyone. That's a good idea. Not DLP related, says Ken, but they do sell them. Anyone plays or collects Locana card game.
Oh, Locana, yeah.
I said when that was first released, I think we're going to buy a set of that and kind of like open it on camera and do a review and stuff. And we never did. I can't say it's something that interests me.
No, do you know what? The number of times I've picked them up and put them in my basket in Sainsbury's and then I go, this is 15 quid for a starter pack. I'm just not sure I can justify it.
Do you know when I do it? When I'm on Shop Disney and if you spend
top
over...
it up a bit.
I need to top it up to get the free delivery. Yeah. On Shop Disney Drums.
Speaking of being in the way, we once did the Harry Potter studio tour, and some guy climbed over the little rope chain area in Privet Lane. Privet Lane?
Yeah.
Drive.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Hang on. Privet Drive. And he plonked himself down, sat right by the sign, and just sat and looked at his phone in one of the most photographed areas.
Yeah.
So I took a picture of him and I put a clown face on it and I put it on social media and I said, "Ooh, you know what I'll do? I'll sit here, right here, where everyone takes a photograph, sit and look at my phone. That's what I'll do." Anyway.
Yeah.
Rant over. Ruthie says, "I would picnic on the grass just above the waterfall next to the castle."
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice.
Andrew-
Again, you're going to be in a lot of photos, though.
Andrew P says, "Hi, I have friends everywhere." I don't know what that means.
That's creepy.
I'm terrified.
Hi, Andrew.
Jimmy waves a pink hand, and Thea says, "Evening all." And
Evening, Thea.
Jen says, "Hi, Disney pals." And
Hi, Jen.
Nick says, "Evening all." Difficult to choose a picnic spot as Michelle is a redhead, so she hates the sun.
Uh-huh.
Same.
So
it has
I'm
to
not
be,
ready to buy it, this one.
has to be in the shade. That's all of Studio Park's outer look. Kelfie says, hi all, Lisa's here, as is Julia. Hi everyone, can anyone recommend a hotel/apart hotel in Valderup with parking for one night pre-DCR?
I've just, this moment, texted my wife to find out where we're staying when we go in July, because I don't know where we're staying, but when she tells me, I'll let you know. I don't know what it's going to be like, because I won't have been there yet, and I believe, because I think you posted about it on the Facebook page the other day as well, that you're going similar time to us, so you'll probably find out before we do.
What was that cheap one we stayed at?
Ibis Budget.
Ibis Budget.
But didn't we...
It had like an underground car park, and it was hard to get out of sometimes. We had to go and ask someone at the desk to let us out.
That's what I was going to say. Did we have a problem with the parking? Like, was the barrier down?
Yeah.
And you had to... Like, at whatever time we wanted to leave, we couldn't get out of the car park, and I can't remember why.
Yeah, we had to get someone to come and let us out.
Also,
Yeah.
don't go to the cheap Campanile, because it was just the most horrendous experience I ever had. They involved cockroaches and exterminators knocking on the door in the middle of the night, and a shower that the water hit the roof before it came down because there was that much
That's how they do
built
it
up
in
on
France.
Yeah, so many problems with that place, and they ran out of food as well. So don't go there.
Don't go there. Ed says, hello, apologies, can't make the live tonight. Living it up in Crete. Have a good show. See you next week. Woo, have a good time, Ed. Julia says, bonus points if also has a fridge for French cheese. Cheryl says, hello, almost forgot what time it was then. What time it was then. Love the background. Yeah, we got listeners, we have a like a view from the best castle in the park, the Queen of Hearts Castle, and there's a great view of the park from there. And that's where I took that background picture. Let's all duck out the way so people can see.
I just want to point out to, is it Julia, while we're that you must eat French cheese at room temperature. It's fine to put it in the fridge to make it last longer. You need to take it out of the fridge before you eat it.
I'm sure
Absolutely
Julie
right.
already knows that.
Laura's texted me back. She says, Myriad, OMG, Kyriad. So I think Kyriad. I think autocorrect's been correcting it for her. So,
I hate that.
the interesting thing though, Myriad is Lucas's favourite word, and he won a competition at school a couple of weeks ago because that was the word that he chose when they were asked to give what their favourite word was.
Nice.
Myriad.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's a good
But
Scrabble
Kyriad.
word.
Cheryl says, hello, almost forgot what time it was. I've done that bit. Nick says, just a reminder about my incredible Buckingham Palace garden party last Wednesday. It was amazing. And yes, I saw the king, but not to actually meet. But surprisingly, met Mr. Farage. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Nick, but...
I mean,
At least-
that's more than
at
anybody in
least-
Clacton's done.
At least you had a nice time otherwise. Julie says, thanks, guys. Ibis was recommended on Facebook Group 2 or... Chris, are we going at the same time? 15th, 18th of July, we are.
15th, 18th. No, I think
18th of July, we are.
we're 21st, so we'll just miss each other. That's a shame because I probably would have stickers and everything.
Joey, by the way, who asked the question, would go to for a picnic by the little river where the Carl from Up model is, or was.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
there last time we were there?
It was, yeah, definitely.
Okay. I feel like he got removed for a while.
No, I think
He
we
wa-
did.
Anyway.
We'd have reported that, surely.
We looked at him from a different angle because we went over the bridge at the back of that area instead of the front. And we went, oh, look, you can see him from here too. So I do know that he was there.
Shall I pick the winner of the chocolate now while we've got people in the chat?
Oh, that sounds nice.
So we had several entries. I found them all because some answered on the YouTube video, some answered on the post I shared, and some answered on the share of the post on our main 37 Disney channel, if you see what I mean.
So you've excluded the ones that posted in the wrong place, is that right?
No, I haven't.
They
Right.
did not follow instructions.
So we had some good entries. The winner I chose... Oh, it's going to take me a while to find now, isn't it?
Go on, get on with it now.
Right, here we go. The winner I've chosen, and they're in the chat. I was going back and forth on this, wasn't I, Chris?
Yeah, he really couldn't make his mind up.
This isn't a vote thing. It's just like I'm choosing the best one. Not the best one. My
In his opinion, the best one.
Yeah. So great entries across the board, guys. Loved them all. But Nick, well, it's actually an idea from Jasmine. But Nick presents it, and Nick says a cupcake based on Small World. Rainbow-coloured cupcake with a different fondant figure on top to represent a character or country. And I like it because it's simple and it could be quite iconic. And you get to choose your little character and you say, oh, I'll have...
the hyena.
I'll have Egypt, please. Yeah, the idea has come from Jasmine, who is a big Small World fan, and she loves anything to do with rainbow. Oh, and by the way, loves chocolate. Well, Nick, if you get in touch with us, we will send you the chocolate from California from Guy. Also, he
Very well
included
done.
some Disneyland maps, park maps. So chuck in a couple of those. Maybe you can have the Japanese one as well.
Nice.
It's for Disneyland California, but it's.
Can I have a seat?
Who doesn't love a map?
But
Eh?
there's a few different languages and stuff. Anyway, yeah. So well done, Nick.
Map, yeah.
Drop us your address and we'll send those off as soon as we can.
Nice. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? I like it when things like that happen.
Chocolate.
A little bit of
I
a
like
giveaway.
chocolate.
I like chocolate.
Hugh made more
and I
chili
like
chocolate
wine.
this week, didn't he? And he gave me one earlier.
I did. I made some
Nice.
so quickly yesterday morning, and then took some with me to Howden, and they set just in time. I had to put it in the freezer for the last 5 minutes. I nailed it. I used that nice jar that we had lying around. You know that nice jar, and you were going to chuck it out. And I said, "Ooh, that's a nice jar. I'll use that jar for something. Not sure what." And it was for this.
There you are.
Yes. Do you want some news?
Yeah.
Bong.
It's about time we got to some news.
We have 3 very quick, boring pieces of news,
yeah,
and then we
there's
have
big news.
a thing.
Thing.
A very big thing.
A thing.
Something
A
slightly weighty.
surprising thing.
Well, let's do the small news and
Tiny
then we'll
news.
get to it. Gold Rush! Yay! So, we now have a treasure hunt going on in Frontierland
Because there's nothing else going on in
Yeah.
Frontierland.
where you can get, you hunt for 10 golden nuggets.
Oh, yeah.
And they're quite big. They're like chunky nuggets,
Yeah.
like that. And they're hidden all around. And let me
Excellent.
get...
I like this.
Yes,
It
I
gets
do.
better.
Thing
A
is,
lot.
though, Bonnie won't want to do it because it'll go up before Comstock, won't it? Comstock.
Who knows?
And Bonnie doesn't like
They
that.
said they're
'cause
not hard to find.
Bonnie doesn't like mannequins.
So there's a poster up on the wall. It says, "Missing golden nuggets. Honourable citizens and visitors of Thunder Mesa, be the eyes and ears of justice. Outlaws are suspected of scattering their loot throughout Thunder Mesa.
Because that's what outlaws do.
Yeah, why would they do that? Let's hide it everywhere.
They were running from the law and things bounced out of the bags.
Right.
Leave no area unvisited, no restaurant or store unexplored." Now there's a...
Toilets?
It doesn't say anything about
I
toilet.
bet you don't have to go to the toilets.
No.
Oh.
Help justice prevail. Will Ketchum, the sheriff. Did you like that?
Will Ketchum.
Will Ketchum.
Catch 'em. That is
Yeah.
nice.
That
Yeah.
is good, yeah.
And then it says, "No finders, keepers. Those nuggets are mine by law." Noah Pickens. Very good. And then there's like a kind of game sheet here.
Yeah.
Where you go around and you write down where you find it and you cross it on the map. And it says, once you've located at least 10 gold nuggets to report back to the sheriff, hand in your list to a shopkeeper at the shop inside Thunder Mesa Mercantile Building. Then what you get?
Oh, it's brilliant, this.
What you get?
You get 3 goes on the shooting gallery.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So suddenly it's worthwhile using the shooting gallery because you
That's-
don't have to pay for it.
That's good. And also,
genius.
it's an extra fun thing to do. Because has there been anything like this before? Because there's lots of stuff like this in Disney World. Like, you do
Yeah.
a pirate treasure hunt. There's like
And it's
a
best.
couple of different versions of that.
They're
and there's
doing one in Adventure Isle now, aren't they? They
spotting,
Spike the Bee.
no, the chameleon.
Oh, yeah.
Pascal.
Pascal in
Yeah.
Fantasyland. Yeah, they're doing an Adventureland that was on the news last time. This is really good. Right, I'm going to tell you several things. Well, I'm going to feel patronised in saying that. I'm sure you've worked these things out already, but I'm going to vocalise them on your behalf, listeners and co-hosts. First of all, we have both the riverboat and Big Thunder Mountain shut.
Yeah.
So Thunder Mesa is reduced to naught, except shops and restaurants. And then
Phantom
you've got
Manor.
Phantom Manor. Phantom Manor is a funny kind of addition to it anyway, because a lot of people, even in normal times, just go Phantom Manor and leave, don't they? So the rest of Thunder Mesa kind of is a bit empty. So this kind of gives purpose to it. The fact that it says leave nowhere unexplored means they're going to be dispersing crowds throughout that area. So all that extra capacity that they've lost, the kind of sucking people back in and doing it, that shooting gallery is a pointless waste of real estate in normal times. You have to pay for it. Even often you'll see people go up and ask about it, and then when they find out they've got to pay, they're like, "I'm not doing that." Now they're going to see lots of people do it. They'll go up and ask, and the guy will say, "Oh, if you want to do this, you have to go and do this treasure hunt first." And the fact that people will be on the shooting gallery is really kinetic. You get the sounds, you get the images of people doing it.
And once you're hooked, you might be prepared to pay for it in the future as well.
Exactly. It might be your kid's favourite thing they do that time. And so next time you go back, you have to do the shooting gallery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like you work it out once, then you go back the next day, get a fresh sheet, just write the answers out because you know them, and then just you keep going on the shooting gallery. But although, how much are you going to want to go on the shooting gallery anyway, other than once or twice?
You can do that. That's true. It doesn't say if this is a short-term thing or not.
I think they should keep it.
I like it. I think they should get Big Thunder Mountain open again. I think that's what they should do.
Also
I
true.
like it a lot. I'm happy about this.
Yeah, it's quite a fun little thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
And actually, people don't explore Frontierland. It's not somewhere that people go out and as a standard go and like properly explore it. So it's an opportunity to go and look around everything and see what's going on.
Also, big fat kudos to Disneyland Paris management for finding new exciting experiences that are not financial add-ons and not building e-ticket rides. Like these little things, these little experiences make a kid's holiday far more than just building Tron on the side of the park. So more like this, please. We love it.
Next.
Yes.
Yeah. This is very quick. Yacht in Harbour. That basically means that Yacht Club, table service restaurant at Disney's Newport Bay Club. Is this one that mainly serves fish, or did I imagine that? Oh no, it's not buffet. It's table service.
This is the which one? Sorry.
Yacht Club.
Yacht Club is that is the fish restaurant, isn't it?
That's the fish restaurant that's table
the big
service,
one, yeah.
not the buffet
And the
one.
other one's called the
Compass Club. No, that's the
club level.
club level.
I
Anyway,
can't remember.
yeah. So the table service fishy one at the Newport Bay is now going to be closed on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. When I read this online, someone underneath had said, "Good, worst restaurant in Disneyland Paris." We have never been there. It's one of the very, very few we have never been to now. We haven't been to the ones in Hotel New York, and we haven't been to that really, really posh one in Disneyland Hotel, but we've been to all the other hotel ones, except this one, Cape Cod. Thank you very much,
that's
Tanya.
right, yeah.
And somebody's just said it's the worst, and I'm like, oh, is it? Is it bad? But they weren't filling it, otherwise they wouldn't be shutting on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So, just if you're pre-planning, I'm not saying don't go, but don't plan on going on a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
Yes. Well, you won't be able to book it anyway.
No, you wouldn't.
Shut.
Stop you.
Hey, Nick was saying thanks about the chocolate. Ran upstairs to tell Michelle Jasmine is asleep, but it was Jasmine's birthday party yesterday, and she's 7 next Saturday. So let's get this out to you in time for then.
And let's.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Jasmine, and thank you for your awesome snack idea, and we hope you enjoy your chocolates.
Wow, and she's only 6.
6?
The
And
youngest.
she's already coming up with ideas like that. She's going to be a Imagineer by the time
man.
she's 12.
Yeah.
Awesome sauce.
Do we want to do drinks, by the way?
Let's. Well,
No, stop it.
second time I've done that. Stop it. I just think we've got one really quick bit of news, and then I think we're all going to need a drink before the final one.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got side news as well before you go into the big bit of news as well.
All right.
Have you?
Yeah, but it's drink related, so it can wait.
Okay. Back down the rabbit hole. Alice and the Queen of Hearts, Back to Wonderland, reopens on the 17th of May.
Yay.
That's it. That's the
Right,
news.
That'll do. Nothing to
Now-
say about that.
Yeah.
Back crazy, great.
It's showtime. All together. Your tiki 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 cup in your tiki 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 cup. Well, you made yourself a beverage. Now drink it up from your tiki 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 cup.
Lucy just has a Disney cup, not really a tiki cup, but that's okay. We're just drinking some orange and pineapple cordial today.
You've done good.
I've done good.
You've done good. It's a little bit
I'm
stronger than I
not-
like, but
As
it's just
listeners,
what I want
well, do you know
today.
what? I put it in and I thought, I think that's right. I'm just going to add a dash more, And I think that Dash More's just sweetens
Today,
you up a little
today
bit.
it works. I may water it down a little bit in a while just because I want more drink, but not because it needs to be less strong.
I am drinking a fruity tea
Ooh.
because hot weather, hot drinks, cools you down from the inside. Have you heard this?
It makes
I
you,
have.
makes
I
you
don't.
sweat.
Do you know
doesn't
what? That's one of those things that even if it's scientifically true, I don't believe it.
I mean, it makes you
Not
sweat,
having it.
and sweat cools you down.
Not having it.
That's
It probably technically cools you down, but it doesn't feel like it has.
I don't like that sentence though. Even if it's scientifically true, I don't believe it.
Oh, yeah.
That's how a lot of arguments online start.
Next, I'll be. No, I won't get political.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm getting at.
Have you seen this?
I have.
Oh my god! I didn't want to not talk about this because it's just
pretty.
awesome. So, in Frontierland, I guess is it? They've now got a sip cup that is Dante, and it
Oh,
looks.
is it a sippy cup?
Yeah, it's a sippy cup, and it looks absolutely awesome.
Dante.
Can we get it over there so you can look? Yeah, you can just about see it if you're looking. If you want to know what it is, go to DLP report and have a bit of a scan through till you see Dante. It's lovely.
Oh, is that a cup? Let me have a look at it.
I've been trying to figure that out as well. I don't know. I can't see a straw anywhere.
He cocks his leg.
Yeah. But if it still exists, it costs €35, mind you. 36 with a drink in it. Which is a lot.
Disney. You charge €35 for something and then you have to add on €1 for the carbonated
You
water.
can't chuck in a bit of Fanta.
But I'd be there for that. I think I just about €35 like it, just purely because we do not get stuff like this in DLP very often. They've upped their game a bit.
They're a dime a
but
dozen
not
in Florida, those kind of cups.
Yeah.
And popcorn buckets especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd get that too. Yeah. I've now forgotten. I forgot. Oh yeah, do you remember that drink that was like, I think it was like €5 in a cup, and then refills were €5.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, why not just buy another one and get the cup again?
Yeah, well, you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah. This is weird pricing at DLP sometimes.
But it's because they can't offer refills, can they? They're not allowed to.
Oh, are they not?
It's French regulation, isn't it? It's the law.
France.
They're not allowed to offer refills, otherwise they have, I imagine, the same kind of things that you have over in Walt Disney World, where you can get a cup.
In which case,
get
it's
free
hard to
refills.
criticise them then on that, isn't it? Because it's the law.
It's the law. They're not allowed to do it. So they do the best they can in the situation, I think.
Hey guys, Guy the Chocolate Bringer is here. That's his new nickname. Guy the Chocolate Bringer. Listening to on the train from Manchester back to Yorkshire, 156 days to Walt Disney World. Guy, you probably already heard, we gave you chocolate away.
It's gone.
You chocolate bringer, you.
You can't have it back.
We've
Don't
got
ask.
all sorts of extra people in the chat as well. We've got Jeffrey and Jay Scalesy, the Scales Master MC, and Tanya, and
Evening all.
all sorts of people are here with us today. Yes. Right, come on, let's stop teasing it.
Well, it's been quite hot here.
We should have had that as the background, actually.
The desert.
The new thing that we're about to talk
New
about.
thing. Out of the blue, Bob Iger.
To the point where I put this in our little chat that we have,
And
I
Lucy didn't believe
and
it.
I thought, I bet because it's come from me.
I was
because
offline that day.
I'm the least up on the news, and I kind of broke it. I don't know if Chris had already seen it, but I was the first to put it in our chat, and I thought, I bet they don't believe me. But I had looked it up multiple sources.
I was basically offline that day, so all I got was a picture from Hugh. Should we say what it is, in case anybody's been
Come on.
under a theme park rock? So
This
out of the
big
blue,
news.
Bob Iger announces that they are going to build a park. Well, I say that, they're not going to build the park. They're going to build a park in Abu Dhabi. That's it, that's the tweet. And they gave it was like concept art of concept art. It was the vaguest thing made up of weird geometric shapes.
Yeah, they're often just like impressionistic
Yeah.
drawings now. There's like the vague hint of some swooping lines of a roller coaster and stuff, but it's just the vaguest impression of
It's like a
what
blur,
it's gonna
basically.
be.
It's like a blue blur.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And I have seen some other new media sites and vloggers and things trying to like decipher what they can see and oh, that looks like Tron there. They're going to do Tron. They might do
Is
Tron.
that Elsa's castle?
I know, but it's there's not enough to see.
No.
I do think that shard shape at the front was that was the only thing that seemed vaguely conceived, and the fact that they're using that on all the promo art makes me think they probably are planning on doing an ice castle as the castle. let me just make some things clear. They are not paying for it. What's the group called that are paying for it?
Don't know.
I wish I'd looked this up.
Myriad.
In a second, I'll find this out so I can get, or somebody's going to do it while I talk. Yeah. So Disney are not paying for this. This is an investment group that have also built Warner Brothers Land in Abu Dhabi. In Abu Dhabi, and Ferrari Land in Abu Dhabi, and it's all on Yas Island, which is kind of one of those man-made coastal berm kind of
Miral.
islands. So it's the Miral Group, and the Miral Group will be paying for it. Now, one of the reasons I was so surprised about this is on the last earnings call, which was very recently, it's only like a month ago, Bob Iger said clearly Disney have no plans to build any more parks. And we talked about it at the time because there goes the third gate for Disneyland Paris. Not that any of us really thought it was coming, but, he said it with no plans to build any more parks. People are on about a fifth gate in Florida because of Epic Universe. Nope, definitely not. So he said that really clearly in no vague terms about a month ago. And the other reason was...
Can we ever trust him again?
Rumours of a Dubai Disneyland have been going around for about 15 years, I think. Certainly for 10 years. Certainly since I've been following Disney news closely, which is now, it's about 8 to 10 years I've been really in the loop. Everyone's always been talking about a Dubai park, and it's just kind of never really happened. Then there's been some questionable things. And then Hugh sent me this picture. Now, Hugh is a really good digital detective, so he's not fooled easily.
Thank you.
But for my first time ever, I had to say, Hugh, is this just
You sure about that?
Is this just fan art? Because I just didn't, because I was offline that day, so I hadn't seen anything. And then it was Chris who went, nope, CNN are reporting it, BBC's reporting it. Iger's done
Lucy finds me quite frustrated sometimes because she'll show me something and it's something I saw a month ago and I know it's fake and I go, yeah, it's fake. And Lucy she looks at me like, you little git.
Can you not just give me this?
Well, not if it's fake.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So on the one hand, exciting, different,
New.
I will just get right up front
News.
and say Disney as a company, as a concept, the theme parks have got a very big LGBTQ following. And I have seen a lot of members of that community online worried that they will not be welcome visiting this park. And I think that those are very valid concerns to bring up. Now, I don't want to go into that further because it means talking about the policies of a government that I really don't have an intimate knowledge of. So I don't want to go into if that's true or not or what the consequences would be. But I am shocked that Disney would do something this huge without addressing that problem, because they are the inclusive company.
At a time, by the way, when D&I stuff's all happening in America and they're kowtowing to it, and it's just seemed like the whole realignment of Disney as a business in a lot of respects at the moment, which is just a bit weird. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Well, definitely bits of it are definitely wrong, but it's a minefield. We could say stuff and upset a lot of people. So I don't want to talk about it.
No, let's not talk. There were the same labour issues that we got with the Qatar World Cup. Same labour issues kind of apply here. Not going into that either for the same reasons, but these issues have been raised. It feels very Iger to me, and what I mean by that is he wrote his memoir, didn't he? And it was all about how he was a deal maker, and so he did the Fox merger. He got back. First thing he did when he became CEO was bought Pixar back because they'd lost Pixar, hadn't they? And he's all about conglomerate business deals and kind of mergers in this way. And the fact that he's basically sold a license to Miral in this sense, and that it's all big, but he's been bought. That Disney has been bought out in this sense.
But is that not the same as what happened when Tokyo opened?
Oh, it's exactly the same.
It's exactly the same thing, isn't it? It's not like basically Disney's open to franchising. If you give them the money, then they'll do it.
Is though. I think in Tokyo, don't Disney own 48% and the Tokyo Land Company own 52%.
Maybe, you might be
So
right.
I think that they have retained something. I think this is a basic licensing thing. Which, like I said, I'm not righting or wronging this. I'm just saying it feels very Bob Iger. It's very his style.
Should we see what? Because there's some comments.
Go on,
Yeah,
do
do it.
some comments.
Well, first of all, Tanya was saying it's Cape Cod is the buffet.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
to go back to that. Thanks, Tanya. So, Guy said they know it's 40 plus degrees in summer. The other parks there are mostly undercover and it's not the same. Also, the parks there are dead even in peak. So expensive to get there. Let's see. Now, John says Disney running fast and loose with the term inclusion. So many of the cast members and Disney fans, like myself, are part of the LGBTQ community. And to endorse that country like this, facepalm. Andrew says it will be very important for everyone to read the Foreign Office travel advice before going.
That's a
Yep.
very good piece. That's kind of a clear way of saying what I don't want to say.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, people are going to go or not go based on, some of this stuff, and I don't know. Listen, we got another comment here from Andrew. I don't know why I said listen there.
Yeah.
Andrew also says those of us in the LGBTQ community are particularly vulnerable, but there are laws about public displays of affection and speech that affect everyone. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna raise another thing. This is. I'm not Nostradamus, no crystal ball. But the other thing is I know the UAE is the most stable country in the Middle East. However, Middle Eastern culture has changed a lot in the last 10 years because of the Arab Spring and so on and so forth. UAE aside, and this won't be open for another 10 years, and so it might get better, but it might get worse. Do you know what I mean? The culture now, it's a big gamble to play on a very unstable region.
John, Love John Handmaid says, yes, I'm not a fan of a Disney park in the UAE. Sam for God is here, as many of you know, Sam for God. Tokyo
Hi,
Disney
Sam.
is fully owned and operated by the Oriental,
it?
the Oriental
Oriental
Company.
Company. Oh,
So it's
okay.
a similar situation. Love John Handmaid says, yes, Andrew, you're right. Women's rights, PDA, public displays of affection, Christians and atheists are all potential targets, but I'm mostly concerned about the LGBTQ plus community. Yeah,
There's also
it's a thing, isn't it?
they could make I don't know if they make a legal exception, but once you're in the Disney bubble, you are in the Disney bubble there. But you have to travel there. You have to get from the airport to the Disney hotel. You have to. Do you know what I mean? I think the best thing that's just been said is make sure you check the travel advice and decide if you want to go. Having said that, they have said, I think it was between 5 and 6 years to do concept art and design, and then it's going to take another 3 to 5 years to build. So like I say, we're looking at 10 years away.
Yeah.
By which time we will all be older and probably stupider. I don't know. And political situations can change, and there's all sorts going on. So... yeah.
It's still going to be really hot there, though, as well, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Everything
else aside,
right.
it's going to be hot.
Here's another more practical thing: is we've got very close friends living in Abu Dhabi, don't we?
He's like, sorry, we're just laughing at Crafting Costume Ken, who says, guess I'll have to act butch.
You can do it. You can do it, Ken.
Hey, if I can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got very good friends who live in Abu Dhabi, and they come back they're both teachers out in Abu Dhabi, and they come back every summer and we have chats. But I said, God, how do you deal with 45-degree heat, which is what they've got? And they both say, we just don't go outside. Our parking garage is under our apartment. Our cars have got air conditioning, and then where we work, the parking garage is underneath the school, and then they go inside the school, and they said we're never outside. So they're going to have to design a park that is entirely enclosed.
It must be so good for your health, that being stuck inside all the time and never setting foot outside.
I know.
Wow.
It's strange, isn't it? So it's going to be like the Eden Project, isn't it? It's going to be built inside a giant bubble. That's the only thing I can imagine. I'm not saying that because that's what they've released. This is the only thing I can imagine it working. But I'm imagining an indoor main street. I'm imagining covered walkways to get between areas. So they might have foliage and plants kind of outside and glass walkways. But I think it's going to be a very different type of Disney park. Very different type.
I'm
of Disney
imagining the tiles on the roof of It's a Small World, and that's what the roof's going to be like everywhere.
Yeah.
Here's a perspective from Jeffrey, who says the Abu Dhabi park will have the same mindset, in quotes, as Hong Kong, Shanghai and Tokyo. Inclusion is narrative that started in the US and not necessarily something you find elsewhere in the world, which I think is important.
Yeah, it's a fair point.
Thing, isn't it? It is a fair point that it's tricky, isn't it? But they're not like beholden to those kind of
That's true.
ideals.
However,
But I mean, we might not like it, but then if we don't like it, we don't go.
No, exactly.
We vote with our feet.
I'm just looking up the Disney 5 keys because this is the Disney 5 keys of safety, courtesy, inclusion, show, and efficiency. So when you do your training as a cast member, you are trained in the 5 keys, and this is the cornerstone of Disney service that is worldwide. And I can only think if they're calling themselves a Disney park, that the Disney cast members are going to have to do that. So I do appreciate what you're saying about it's a very American concept. However, it's an American company with these values.
Mm-hmm. Guy sent us a video of them in Motion Park. I've not heard of that, but it says even peak season it's dead, and they're just walking around this empty park, completely empty, just walking onto rides.
Oh, you see, that's outside.
Yeah.
That's outside, isn't it?
Looks like it. Yeah.
So, can't be that hot.
Oh, Arabella's younger there. Look, bless her.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, that was October, half term. Peak tourist season, but dead. That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't even know what to say really. It's not somewhere I would choose to go and visit. Anyway, like from a heat point of view, it's somewhere I wouldn't want to go and subject myself to that level of discomfort, whether I'm inside all the time or not. And if the inclusivity isn't there either, that makes me feel very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I mean, it's so far away now. It's it's a pure hypothetical. If I am lucky enough to get to visit all the Disney parks in the world, I will probably put this on the list. However, I will put it last on the list, and it will be let's tick that box. It's definitely not. It's never been. I know friends who go on holiday to Dubai, and I've always been like, why? I don't know. It doesn't appeal to me personally.
I mean, maybe, just bearing in mind that in the Middle East they're pushing to promote tourism. They want people to go and move and live there and all that sort of stuff. Maybe this is more of a stretch for them than it is for Disney. Maybe this is an attempt for them to step into some new territory and try to bring some different people there. You know, given the benefit of the doubt, there's a long time until it all happens. We just have to see it unfold and see what happens. I guess.
Sam for God says it only really gets over 35 degrees Celsius between May and September. Yeah, okay. I think when I was saying that earlier, I should have been clear about that. But it does get to 45 degrees.
It's 38 degrees in Florida this week, isn't it?
Oof.
And we're going there soon.
Oof.
Louis says, I think it'll be amazing. And I have been to Dubai before. We have family there. Family links.
The one thing I will say is the moment it was announced, the fact that as a park it would be amazing, I don't think was ever in doubt. Like you just know how much money is going to be thrown at this to make it the best park that is there. You know, yes, they'll bring in no doubt things that already exist from other places, but they're going to put so much money into this.
I was hearing comments about that, like Disney saying, "Yeah, let's do it, but no expense spared, please. Yeah, let's make it Disney."
It's not about the expense, though, is it? This is the thing for me. It's like you were saying before about the nuggets and stuff. It's not about throwing money at it and making all these amazing things. It's about doing it the right way. For me, it's about doing the proper process of Imagineering and making the best thing they possibly can.
They can have the boat on Tom Sawyer's Island and all the water that they're going to dig out of Disney World. They can just ship it all over, water and all, and they can have that bit.
Dino Land USA.
Oh, man. Don't tempt me.
Maybe that's why they've done it. They just said, right, now my favourite thing is Dino Land USA and you've just got rid of it. So we're going to make a Disneyland in Abu Dhabi just so we can have
We
Dino
did see
Land
Cementosaurus getting smashed to bits. I mean, I guess he was like, I don't know if it was made of concrete exactly, but I don't know what it was made of, but I guess they just had to smash it.
Yeah.
Bonnie's crying.
Bonnie's crying.
Oh, Cementosaurus. Rest in peace. Rest in pieces. Sam says, your discussion about this is so refreshing. By the way, always enjoy your inputs.
Oh, thanks, Sam.
Thank you, Sam. Well, thank you for your input because I've got 2 things wrong so far.
We're trying.
I have to go back and watch the DFB video on this, which was on the news because I was cooking when I watched it, and I swear to God, they said this will be unique because the only other park, blah 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 blah, is the 4852, and that's where I got it. But DFB wouldn't be getting things wrong, so I need to go back and listen to that again. I think got it wrong.
Lisa says, I'm hoping the other parks can benefit from the innovation there, with Mirrol footing the bill, not Disney. Louise says, Dinoland and Zoetrope might make you want to go more.
Zoetrope Land. What about that?
A dinosaur Zoetrope.
Dinosaur Zoetrope.
I've been planning my Disney bounds for Florida because it's only 2 weeks away, and we're going to eat at T-Rex, and I'm lacking a Animal Kingdom Disney bound. So I started looking at like dinosaur dresses and these big dinosaur earrings, and then I thought I'll only be able to wear them once though. So I don't know if I'm going to invest in dinosaur earrings. I mean, I can wear them in proper life, can't I? You know, real life.
Yeah.
Real life that's not in Disney. Like, you know, like rubbish grey life that's not in Disney. I can wear them then.
Yeah. John's just said, really enjoying the Mammoth Club at DLP videos. Do you know what? You guys have talked about Mammoth Club before, and people in the chat have talked about it before and never watched it at all. But I started watching the first one of those videos the other day and I was really enjoying it. So.
Hey, everybody, it's Molly. That's how she used to start all her All Ears videos. I don't know if she still does that. Does she still start the videos with, hey, everybody, it's Molly?
Hey, Mam Fam.
Oh, yeah, it's Mam Fam now.
Mam Fam.
There you go.
Right, we've got a trip report to do. Should we get a whisker on it?
We never, I don't think, because we discussed this quite a lot at the time, and then it was announced and everyone was going, oh, this is brand new information. But the Universal Studios that's opening in England, we never really discussed it, but I feel like we did months ago, didn't we?
Well, we were talking about the initial thing that was coming. We talked about the whole like London theme park thing that was all scoped out for ages, and then that disappeared because of spiders or something, and then this reared its head a little while later.
Spiders?
It was something like a
rare
endangered spiders or something in the area or something like that.
I'm thinking of finding some endangered bats and putting them on the green belt near us because they keep threatening to like plaster it in houses, and I just think if I could find a rare bat, how much trouble could I get into for planting a rare bat?
Just with regards to this Bedford Park, even though the week that it was all flashy announced, we were busy. We said, we're not able to talk about this week because we've got all this other news, but we will talk about it. But I think over the week since, we keep saying we won't talk about it, and then we drip in 2 or 3 things. So I think we have actually talked about it quite a lot, even though we've not done the big show on it, we said. But yeah, it's we'll visit.
Just before we get on to the trip report, there's a tiny trip report in the comments from Jeffrey, which is interesting because I think Jeffrey's from over the Atlantic by the sound of it. Just finished a 10-day holiday, 7 in London, 3 in DLP. Sorry to say, we stayed at Disneyland Hotel, which was a disappointment. Much different than Disney Deluxe Resort. Yes, I guess that's true.
Yes.
Why do none of the resorts have refillable mugs and quick service restaurants or souvenir store where you can buy food, coffee, snacks, etc.?
Oh, we just discussed the refillable drinks, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because they can't. You do get free machine coffee though, don't you? In some of the
I can give quite a simple answer to that. Almost all the Disney Deluxe hotels in Florida have got DVC attached, and DVC have self-catering facilities. And so the gift shops that have got the little fridges with the packet meals and the bread and stuff is really for DVC residents. I know everybody then buys it because it's just in a shop, but that's the reason, is that you don't have food preparation things.
Davy Crockett has a proper shop.
Davy Crockett has all that in it. It's because it's got self-catering facilities. So that's the simple question. What was the other thing? Why don't they have what? Go on. It was like shops that do what?
It was refillable mugs.
And, no, we don't have refillable mugs. I must say, when we first went to Florida, that was our favourite thing. Still is, I'll be honest.
We always pay through the nose for the refillable mug. Anyway.
It might be a length of stay thing with refillable mugs, in that people tend to do 2 or 3 days. So it's not, how much would they sell them for?
Trip report?
Yes.
Trip report.
Audience trip roundup.
As promised last week, we've got a trip report from Sara Clipstone. She says, "Hi, my Disney friends. I'll try to keep this short and interesting."
Those are 2 things we like.
I mean, it looks quite long at the first glance here, Sarah, I'm just saying. We travelled via Le Shuttle Tuesday evening. We've travelled many, many times before and know the roads like the back of our hands. However, it looks like they're building a new bridge or changing road layouts as you get to Charles de Gaulle Airport. Hitting the Paris traffic around 11 o'clock on a Tuesday night felt like hell on earth. A few squeaky bum moments and a detour through some dodgy streets and we were back on track. Just be aware if you're driving down and look for alternative routes if necessary. Mm-hmm. We decided to stay the night before at a cheap hotel, just £100 for the night, one room for 4 of us, so we could get into Disney as early as we could for the first of our 3 days, annual pass holders. We stayed at the Premier Class Marne-la-Vallée. There you go, there's another recommendation for a hotel. Bussy St. George, very basic but clean and just 5 minutes away from Disney's doorstep. This is our 42nd time to DLP, and we try and do something different each time we visit.
Excuse me?
Hold up.
Is that some kind of record?
I feel like such a novice.
We've done like 11, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
You should be doing this show,
10 or
Sarah.
11.
I know.
Wow.
We try and do something different every time we visit if we can. We stayed at the Dreamcastle Hotel off-site. We would highly recommend it. Large rooms and comfy beds and plenty of room for James, the 9-year-old, to run around and make friends. Despite most...
That's his full name, James. Hi, I'm James, the 9-year-old. It's like Neil the baby from Gavin and Stacey. Neil the baby.
Neil the baby. Despite most of them not speaking English, we even used the bar in the evening and relaxed in reception area after a busy day in the park. It feels like the Newport Bay Hotel. This visit, we tried out the set lunch menu for Rosalie. €19.50 for 2 courses, either starter and main or main and dessert. We went for the starter of Raviolis de Royan's Label Rouge.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah. A heavenly ravioli with a rich cheese sauce, followed by the best moules marinières I have ever eaten, with hunks of freshly made French bread washed down with a pint of 1664. Bloomin' lovely lunch.
Oh, that sounds decadent to the extreme.
It does sound
doesn't
good.
it?
What, for 20
That's
euros?
a step above your burgers, isn't it?
We then strolled back to the park to have a chilled out few hours enjoying the environment and riding a few rides before getting our place halfway down the main street, ready to watch the new Disney Tales of Magic show. Oh my goodness, Disney, you did good.
Did they?
Apparently so.
We've had a few
We said that last
reports.
week as
We've
well,
had a few
yeah.
reports on this, and people are very, very positive. So I'm quite looking forward to.
The show was cleverly displayed on the shops and restaurants all the way down Main Street. It even snowed. It created a real wow moment. We had plenty of room without fighting to see the castle. There were still a couple of selfish so-and-sos who thought they were more important than the masses. But on the whole, a fabulous view from wherever you were standing. This is the big thing for me on Main Street when you've got these big spectaculars, as it was before. You've got one focal point. And if you can't see it, you can't see it. All you can hear is loads of music.
There's
and
a
that's
treat.
it.
If someone lifts the kid up on the shoulders and it's right in front of the turret, you're done, aren't you?
Now you've got a reason to go and watch it on different occasions to see what's happening in different places. I like that. I like that a lot. James was lucky to have a character meet with Winter Falcon outside Stark Factory, and Jack Sparrow by Pirates of the Caribbean. We also bumped into Belle, which is Nell's all-time favourite film. It seems the Beast was playing hide and seek in the forest with Chip, and James was invited to play with them next time he comes to the park. Belle explained to James how princes should stand with their princesses, which was so cute and great interaction. Just a tip, if you stand by Plaza Gardens between breakfast sittings, you tend to bump into 6 of the main characters. James was high-fived by all of them. It makes such a lovely core memory. I'm sure you're all keeping a keen eye on Arendelle and the changes to Disneyland Adventure, but I have to say it's coming along nicely, with Woody and Jessie peeking their heads over the wall in Toy Story Land, and if you stand and look towards the Tower of Terror, the snow-capped mountain is clear as day. We can't wait till 2026. What was a delight to see was the investment into both parks' aesthetics. It's hard to explain, but the general seating areas, the walkways, railings, and beautiful flower beds, etc., the parks look stunning. Bravo to Disney. We knew Saturday was a blackout day for our annual passes, but what we didn't know was that it meant we couldn't use the main car park either. We had planned to visit the Disney Village and see the new shops opening, Lego and Deco by Disney. We walked the walk of shame as we were exited from the car park, but Nell was determined to make the most of our last morning, so we powered through and managed to get to park in the station car park by Five Guys. Great. Oh, God.
I just want to say that is a really, really valid tip for annual pass holders, because I don't think that would have occurred to me. Now you've said it, it's like, oh no, it makes sense that you can't use the car park either, but I wouldn't have even thought about it. So
No.
thank you for bringing that to our attention.
When you said 5 guys, I thought you meant like 5 dudes. I'd like recommended.
Yeah.
When I read it, I
back
actually
over
thought
here.
they-
You're back over here. This is fine, right, Jean-Claude? Oui, over here. And there's 3 more of them.
Great car park, fair price, safe space, and close to the Disney Village. We were hoping to see a character or two, at least Natasha Rafalski at the shop opening, but sadly not. The queues for the Lego shop was massive and longer than any ride time over the week. We had a little lucky at the Decor by Disney shop and could have bought most of the shop, but settled for a Stitch glass.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to going into those 2 shops because they are my Achilles heel, and I am going to spend a lot of money.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you buy.
Hugh isn't, are you?
If it makes you happy,
If it makes you happy.
can't be that bad.
We had a discussion. Sorry, I'm interrupting this to say this is a real discussion with serious life stuff, right? And it was, do we need a bigger house for our needs? Yes. There's a house down the road that fits all our needs. Do we want to look into buying it? We could only afford it if we stopped going on so many Disney trips. Do we want to stop going on Disney trips, or do we want a bigger house?
Do we want an extra room to put stuff in?
Well, for me to have an office because I now work from home.
Yeah.
And we went, no, we want to keep going on Disney
So
trips.
you convert in the garage instead?
No, I'm just going to keep having a folding table next to my double bed. That's it. I mean, this is what Disney does
Cheap
to us.
caravan.
Yeah.
I am going to look at getting one of those work pods, you know, like
yeah, for the garden.
yeah, that you don't have to get planning permission for.
No, you're not going to put it on Hughes grass, though.
Hell no.
So that's that then.
I think you should sort the garage out and use that and set it up as a studio as well.
But that felt a bit judgmental. That I think you should sort garage out. Cracking.
He's seen it when I get the green screen poles out, and it, like when he turns up.
It's the way you
Yeah.
shuffle out of it.
Yeah, it's like sideways.
Quickly closing the door. Don't look in there. It's not that bad.
Oh, Louise has got that duvet set that I wanted.
Oh, nice. I'm still in the middle of a trip report here, so I'll
Okay,
finish it.
yeah, continue.
Another magical Disney stay, and you're right, Hugo. The annual passes are still very much a benefit and worth the cost when you have Disney blood in your veins.
Hugo?
Hugo.
We said
I call you Hugo.
we said we were going to have fun with this because didn't Sarah message us and say, oh no, I've called him Hugo in the report. And we were like, no, we're going to run with it. But actually, some people at work do call me Hugo. And if I get a coffee or something from one of the chain coffee places, and they go, can I take a name? I always say Hugo or Daz. Or Dr. Zhivago.
What?
And they go, what? Can I just put Doctor? Yeah.
We've got a week booked in France in the summer and planned for a couple of days in the park, so we'll be back for a trip report soon. Much love, James, Helen and Sarah. P.S. I just wanted to say thank you so much for allowing us to be part of your gang. Writing trip reports are one of the highlights of our Disney adventures. P.P.S. Hugh and Lucy kindly sent Helen 37 Disney Street stickers. Mine is displayed proudly on my work laptop, creating much discussion with regards to the mango whip poo.
Yes.
Oh, that was a lovely end, that. I love it when people like are part of our gang.
Yeah.
A tribe. That's what you're meant to have in your life now, isn't it? A tribe.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's a whole kind of like mental health thing. It's like, who is in your tribe?
Okay.
Who can support you?
Well,
Do you think?
this whole thing's definitely good for our well-being, I think.
Isn't it?
It's nice, isn't it?
Isn't it?
I like doing this silly little show.
Oh, you guys, get in here. Look at this. That's
those
the
people
thumbnail.
listening.
Oh, God.
We could do that in Abu Dhabi.
Oh, honestly, both of them. I tried to pull them in for a hug, and they both stiffened up and like leaned in like ladders against a wall. Thanks for that. I feel loved.
You should. Anything in the chat?
Oh, yeah, because we've got like a couple of minutes left. And,
We do.
Sam was saying they don't have quick service options in any of the Asian park hotels either. Always wish they did, but think it's more of an American thing, which seems to be the prevailing thought that, it's some of those home comforts, you might miss them when you go to a different park.
I think
which has
grab
been
and go food.
Kind of been a bit of a theme today.
Grab and go food in general is
To
not an
various
incredibly
Degrees.
continental European thing. It's taken them many, many years to kind of up the snack game and stuff. It's just not culture there. It's a lot more culturally there than it used to be.
Yeah.
But that's kind of it.
Yeah. Ruth says it's not really a French thing to have quick service in restaurants in hotels. They just wouldn't consider it a necessity.
No.
Yeah, answers. Andy says, we'll catch the show in podcast form, but just came on to say we've revealed to our kids today that we'll be going to DLP in 14 days.
14 days,
Super
that's 2
excited.
weeks.
That's no time.
Awesome. Have an
Wow.
awesome time. Send us a trip report, Andy.
I
Please.
quite like those videos where people tell the kids and they just they go, okay.
Well, yeah, we keep telling the story where Bonnie just cried when we told her.
Bless her.
You are Bonnie. Bonnie likes to help with the packing and the planning. She likes the build up. Bonnie's now an age. I have to share this before we carry on because I think this is glorious. Bonnie's now at the age where she's learnt the joy of a spreadsheet. Now, because we're going with 2 families, myself and the lady in the other family are big spreadsheet lovers, so we created a shared Google sheet to do all the planning and booking details on and dining booking and all that. Bonnie was with her little notebook trying to do some planning, and I said, do you want me to give you access to the Google sheet? So now Bonnie is on our shared Google sheet, editing, changing, making lists, adding tabs. And so she's well into the planning committee. It's like on The Office, we're the party planning committee, me, Kat and Bonnie, aren't we? You guys just have to decide whether you want Tiki Punch or Nutcracker Christmas.
We're really good at making decisions, though, us blokes. We just say, should we do this? Yeah. And then we do it, don't we?
I got a screenshot of a text conversation between our friend Brookie and me, and he just said, the whole thing was 4 words. He just put, pub? I said, where? He said, west? And I said, yep.
Perfect. What more do you need?
One touch management, that's what that's called.
Listen to
One
this.
touch management.
Louise asked Sam for God to do a cameo reveal for her kids.
Oh, nice. That's quite cool.
Yeah. Oh, also, Cheryl says she misses the Daz videos. Daz might come on holiday with us next time. If anyone wants to know what that is, it's not safe, it's not family friendly, but I have a playlist on my channel, Hugh Rain. I think it's just called Daz, something like that. I think it's just called Daz, and he goes to Disney parks a lot. He's a plasterer from Thornhill, and he's a bit rough around the edges.
He's not acquired taste.
He's not always appropriate.
I would put him at a 12A. I don't think it's an 18 plus is that inappropriate particularly. I just, perhaps, yeah.
In some of the early videos, he said some quite misogynistic things. He doesn't seem to do that as much anymore.
Good.
as time's gone on.
Lisa has said, excited for your vlogs, especially as we're staying at French Quarter in October for the first time. I just want to manage everyone's expectations with our vlogs in Florida this time. Usually we vlog quite a lot, and I do full day vlogs, and I'll come back with 5 or 6 full day vlogs. Because we're going with another family, I always feel a bit weird filming them. And I also feel weird kind of leaving them to go over in this corner and film. And it's disruptive to the group when we do that. And B, there's just going to be a lot of kids with a lot of needs because there's going to be 3 kids on this trip instead of just Bonnie. Bonnie likes to vlog, don't you? So there might not be the quantity or the in-depth vlogs there usually is. I am sure we will come back with content. But it might not be the, yeah.
Bonnie's doing a goblin face.
She's built herself a den out of Disney blankets in the corner. She's just
It looks quite
pulling
nice
funny
over there.
faces, so it looks cozy.
I think at least we will get a resort tour there for you if you're staying at Port Orleans, because that just involves me going away for half an hour.
What are you saying? There's not going to be as many vlogs?
From me, because the way I do it as a genuine kind of camera in face walk along thing is a bit weird when you're with other people.
Yeah.
If they're not involving themselves.
I always think, no, I'm going to do 1 video this time, but I always manage to do 3 half-an-hour videos these days.
You do it a bit differently though, because you wouldn't involve other people anyway, would you? Whereas I do
it's all about me.
I do it studying cues and stuff, and so if they're all trying to have a conversation and they're over my shoulder and I'm there sticking a camera like this, it might get a bit.
Hugh likes to go and find problems and then video them.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and do some vlogging when we go in. Whenever it is in July, but very specifically about being celiac, because I think I said this last week, but Laura has literally been told now on Friday that she is celiac and needs to go gluten free. Yeah.
Two of you.
So half of the family is now celiac.
2 of the clan.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's going to be interesting navigating that and doing things differently. So we'll see what that's like. She's also been pulling together loads of information for me so that I can do a pre-trip type thing to say this is how we've planned everything, and here's some great resources to go and look at to get a bit of a better idea for travelling gluten-free. So I'm working on that at the moment, but it'll be June, I reckon, before I put it out, because I don't put it out too soon.
Nick said night everyone, so he's anticipating us going, so I'm just going
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
like wrap it up.
Good point.
I'm going to say night Nick, but also Bonnie has got SATs in the morning. Those outside the UK, these are the standard attainment tests that they do in year 6.
Oh, that's what it stands for.
I think so.
Bonnie just said, "Oh, that's what it stands for."
Is that what it stands for? I think that's what it stands for.
Like SATs.
So, I mean, they're not going to, measure her future career or anything like that, but we would like her to be well rested and do things well. So,
Well, yeah, one thing for me before we close it off, if you have a trip report, because we have no trip reports now, if you're there now or you're going in the next couple of days or in 14 days' time, for instance, and you have a trip report, send it to mailbox at 37disneystreet.co.uk.
What's that address again, Chris?
Mailbox at 37disneystreet.co.uk. I forgot it then. Or you can send a self-addressed envelope to...
Louise says good luck. Well, a lot of people are saying good luck, Bonnie, but Louise says, I'm a teacher and in year 6 tomorrow. Don't judge us, Louise, for keeping her up till 9:30, but she's already in her pyjamas and her teeth are already brushed, so she's literally going to go straight into bed now. Yes.
She just a bit of luck. Her teeth aren't brushed. Right, come on then.
Okay.
What are we doing EMT?
EMT. Don't know.
Nothing planned.
Nothing planned.
Bit of a waffle then. We're going to waffle.
Bit of a waffle. If you want more waffle around.
When are we going to
all
watch
sorts of
that
things.
programme?
Oh, yeah, we were going to watch something. at some
Well, we
point,
can't do it now. We're in here. We'll discuss it.
We can do it on an iPad.
Yeah, we could do. Or on the laptop.
How long is it?
I don't know, 28 minutes? Not tonight.
No, not tonight.
Not tonight. Right, should we go?
Yes.
Go on, do it, say it.
Thank you very much, guys. I've been Lucy. These have been the boys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you for coming.
Bye.
It's been an emotional ride. We'll be back next week.